Hey, what's going on, family? Welcome to Daddy Talk. Dads, I wanted to jump straight into this for the new year. This year is going to be filled with a lot of revelation. I'm going to do a lot of introspection, a lot of explaining, a lot of kind of helping and doing what I can in order to get you, the fathers, the daddies who are doing all that you can, at least to help you to get better at what you're doing. Also to keep your peace and your sanity. So the reason why I started Daddy Talk to begin with is because one of the things I realize is daddies get a bad rap. A lot of people just pull all men together. I'm sure some of you heard all men are dogs, all men are doing this, and you'll have a couple bad apples, and you always have them with every area of life. But yet, daddies are considered the worst when there are some fathers who are absolutely stellar dads. They're doing exactly what they can. And it may not be what other fathers are doing, because the one thing is you can't compare one dad to the next dad because they didn't start the same place. They're not going to end the same place. One may have had things happen to them that really messed up their foundation. The other one may not have. So I started Daddy Talk in order to encourage my brothers. Also to really say that, hey, you are not alone. I know for a fact that fathers have a bad rap at times. We are getting put through the ringer from society in general. A lot of times the baby's mothers are not being as compliant as they can. And I decided to encourage my brothers to be better for themselves first, because you can't be better for your child until you're absolutely better for you. But I've also decided to get on just to show you guys my walk with my two sons, Tim and Steven. They're 5 and 3 respectively. If you go to my Instagram page, TSpeaks Live, you can see pictures that we've taken together, different places that we've gone, and you can kind of see how they're growing up, because literally they're growing up right before my eyes. So I decided to do Daddy Talk to encourage my brothers to do what they can to be the best that they can be for their children, to give the child the best that they can, but also to give it another chance. Because I realize a lot of times, myself included, we can be beat down so bad with the words that a baby's mother, your wife, your woman, your girl, however she's classified, what they can put on us will sometime have us throw our hands up, give up. And the one that really truly suffers is not the woman. The woman's already of age. It's the child that suffers. So I decided to do Daddy Talk in order to at least encourage my brothers to give it another try. Give it another chance, because a try is a failure. Your children deserve for you to give it all that you've got, to do whatever you have to do to not only be in that child's life, but to also help that child in life. And I know, listen, I came from a broken household. I came from a foster family with no mother, no father. The foster family, I'm unique because my biological father wasn't in my life, and the foster man who was in the household was not in my life. And the same thing for the mothers. So I didn't have my biological mother, and my foster mother was, I'm going to say she wasn't in my life, but put it like this: she did more to damage my life than she ever did to help my life. That's the thing. So I'm very unique when it comes to that. But for some reason, God chose to at least impart in me something better than my surroundings, than my upbringings. So I've endeavored to encourage my brothers to do what you can, to lay aside everything that how we started, our foundation. And there's a way to looking at it, because I know a lot of men give up simply because they feel like they don't have. They feel like they can't do any better. Or the words of a woman, which, ladies, my sisters, those that are watching, I tell you, your words get beneath a man's armor. A man can deflect an adversary, a foe. He can fight, he can shield his heart, never get in. A woman's words goes beneath the armor as if he has no armor on. And the words often stick inside the heart, inside the spirit of that man. And you can lift a man up or you can tear him down. A lot of times men are choosing to walk away and to stay away simply because they don't want to hear from the mother. But my brothers, you have to go back. You have to do whatever you can do. And I'm not saying everything's going to be possible, because at times it's going to be almost virtually impossible at that moment. But what I'm literally trying to encourage you to do is seek another strategy, another way in order to father your children, whether you have boys or girls. I happen to have 2 boys. And a little bit of background, I'm going to get into it just very briefly, and it'll be the next session. I'll go into it further. Okay, so because of my brokenness, growing up in a foster home, I literally had a void in my life. And I tried to fix and to fill that void by getting with a woman and creating a family. I mean, everybody wants a family. Most people want a family. I grew up without one, so it caused me to make bad decisions in terms of getting one. So I found a woman, and there is a difference between a blank and an empty canvas. I found a woman with a blank canvas. I thought it was empty. I literally thought that I could impart into her what she should be, what we could do. She would get a load of me and see how I was and how I was treating her, and it would go well. That was the worst mistake I could make. It did not go well. But listen, I'm out of time right now. Tune in for the next session of Daddy Talk, because, brothers, I want you to know at least where I come from, what I've dealt with, what I'm dealing with, in hopes of maybe you can find some of your stuff in my stuff, and together we can encourage one another to be better. Because here's the thing. You being better means that your children will be better. You being whole means your children will be whole. And at least if we didn't have something, we can always give it to the next generation. I'm TSpeaks, family, and this is Daddy Talk. I'll see you next time.